In Finland, several teachers use phenomenon-based learning from the beginning of primary school. They approach concept through major themes around which cross-curricular skills are grafted. In this way, young people are encouraged to take more responsibility for their schoolwork. They set goals, solve problems, and evaluate their learning based on the goals set. They develop their executive functioning skills. They explore, recognize, exploit ways to plan their work, stay focused on their goals, evaluate themselves, and then study. What are executive functioning skills? Executive function are a set of mechanisms that contribute to the management of individual thoughts and actions in order to help him or her achieve a set goal. They are essential in the development of social and cognitive skills and support academic learning. The three main ones are inhibitory control, cognitive flexibility, and working memory. Inhibitory control reinforces the control of thoughts and behavior in order to focus on a goal or task to be accomplished. It helps us put distraction or impulses on hold. Cognitive flexibility reinforces the ability to adapt to changes, to move from one task to another. It helps us to work in metacognition by becoming aware of our processes and improving them. The working memory keeps nearby information that can be useful in the short or medium term. We can refer to it or adjust it according to the task to be done. According to the few people we asked in Finland, students learn to develop their executive function by applying them in different situations. Teachers also give them tools to strengthen them. They don't necessarily refer to it as executive functioning skills per se, but they are included in the cross-curricular skills to be developed by the national curriculum.
We still have the subjects, but we also try to teach in a broader kind of ideas.
They are especially useful in the phenomenon-based learning portions. For example, in order to better control their impulses and thoughts, students are encouraged to recognize them, name them, and explicit them. This is often done through the emotion whose regulation is taught to young children. Subsequently, tools will be made available to students to help them modulate or regulate emotions or impulsions according to the situation. We saw, amongst other things, decibel meters installed in rooms. It was explained to us that students must learn to regulate their loudness when they are working as a team. In Finland, as in Quebec, students are called upon to change their physical and mental postures several times during the day.
They group the children differently, so it's not just about the content goals, but it's also to do a lot with the skills of learning skills and working skills that they have, like an action plan for the school year. So they change, let's say, the partners and such who they work with on a regular basis, and they have a plan for that. So it's not just okay, I will split them in such a way.
The classrooms we visited accentuated these changes with areas for creative work, concentration, speaking, physical efforts, etc. These areas were tools in themselves to better adapt to the style of task at hand. They provided students with predisposition and guidance on how to choose the right environment to work. What were cues for younger students has turned out to become well-developed habits for older students. We learned about many researches in Finland during our trip. One of them was about playful learning, which consider learning process not only as a cognitive aspect, but also a more global physical and proprioceptive aspect. It seems that involving a student in playful process brings a double objective, being fun and learning. It increases retention and information access to facilitate learning. Finnish teachers do use different strategies related to playful learning to teach, from early childhood to young adults, different ways to develop the working memory in the learning process. What can we learn from these findings? Developing executive function is important for us too. We can exploit some of the process that the Finns have in place in our own school system. For instance, we also have cross-curricular competencies here in Quebec. Perhaps we need to make them more visible and bring them to the forefront. We can increase playfulness on the task we plan for students and integrate them with our learning sequences. We can also create real-life, authentic, and meaningful learning situations. In other words, students can learn from their experience. Support and reinforcement tools can make a difference. In short, we are not that far from potential improvements to our system to increase the executive functions of our students. We just need to be aware of the importance and focus on helping them to develop those skills.